Welcome to Musical Moments, the TV show where music is addressed in any form. Today's program is really interesting because we're going to dedicate time to 3 different instruments. Without further delay, let's start. First of all, let's talk about the drums, an instrument that almost everybody knows and that more than one person has ever wanted to play. For this occasion, we will address the most basic rhythms on the hand of Laura Lopez and the song Lonely Day from the new metal group System of a Down. Let's take a look.
To play the song Lonely Day, we will use these parts of the drum set: crash, hi-hat, toms, ride, bass and snare. And now I'm going to show you a rhythm that keeps repeating along the song. Pay attention to the bass because it sometimes have variations. And now I'm going to play another rhythm. It's more difficult than the first one, so pay attention to the changes. Let's move on to the complete song and see how it sounds.
Such a lonely day, and it's mine, the most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day should be banned. It's a day that I can't stand. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day shouldn't exist. It's a day that I'll never miss. Such a lonely day, and it's mine, the most loneliest day of my life. And if you go, I wanna go with you. And if you die, I wanna die with you. Take your hand and walk away. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. It's a day that I'm glad
What do you think of the video? Have you been able to follow the rhythm or you have to see it again? Don't forget that we have posted the video on YouTube. And now we move on from a beastly instrument such as the drums to the top instrument of romanticism, the piano. We'll learn the melody and harmony from Chopin's Valse B-150 Opus P-211 with Esther Lorente. Let's see it.
Hello, today we are going to play Frédéric Chopin's Valse B-150 Opus P-211. We are going to itemize to play it properly. We start with section A. It is split up in 2 parts, 4 plus 4, 2 and 2. We start with piano, using valse type accompaniment. Let's play it. And now we are going to play section B. It begins in dominant harmony, so we are going to give another nuance. We start in mezzo forte and we go in crescendo. Let's play it. Finally, we are going to play section C, that is a development. We are going to start in the part B, that sound in A major. Let's do it. And these are the basic notions to play this piece properly.
So, how did that go? Everything went well? I remind you that if you want to repeat because something has not been clear to you, that the video is uploaded to YouTube, and you can see it as many times as you want. And before finishing, we're going to enter the world of jazz with Bart Howard's Fly Me to the Moon standard from 1954. The instrument that has been chosen for this occasion is the guitar. We'll learn key terms, chords, and the correct position of the fingers to play this song, and Sergio Gomez will show it to us. Let's see it.
Well, in today's video, we'll take a look at Bart Howard's standard Fly Me to the Moon. First of all, we have to make clear that chords measurement of that voicing we are going to make. We start with an A minor 7th, leaving the 5th in the upper voice, and following the natural discourse of the melody of that voicing we're gonna create, we'd continue with a D minor 7th, in which now the third of the chord in the upper voice would be now. We continue with G 7th, C with upper 7th, that becomes a C 7th, and at this point we have to jump, or at least I've decided to jump and change the position a little bit to give it more color, more variety with a F major 7th, sorry, that in my case will be included with the 9th. We already know that the introduction of tensions, such as the 9th, is available to the musician and gives him, therefore, greater variety, greater freedom when playing. We'd continue with B minor 7th with the 5th diminished, that is an half diminished chord. And we continue with E dominant 7th, in this case with the 9th diminished, and we'd close in A minor. We have the basic chords. Now it's time to clarify the accompaniment we're making. The other thing we have to bear in mind is that in sections A and B, where the singer introduces the first stanzas, the harmonic rhythm goes to half note. We'd say we're going to 2. However, when it goes back to A to give way to the solos, we go to 4. We would have more freedom when making the comping and could be walking, as it said. After that, we'd go back to A and close the standard. So let's see how it goes. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Feel my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words,
how did that go? Have you managed to get the rhythm? I remind you that all the content of this program is uploaded to YouTube, so you can watch it in case you want to repeat something. And that's it for today's program. Next week, we'll enter fully into the world of soundtracks with the famous Imperial March of the Star Wars saga, composed by the great John Williams. So if you want, we'll see you here, in Musical Moment.